the secret formula that puts you in command of the rewarding hidden forces of the universe. Hidden force fields in the invisible universe respond to the subtle commands of nature and give us a multiplicity of products to sustain life on this planet. You will learn a secret prosperity formula that lets you command these miraculous forces to work for you and help you unlock the doors to the universal storehouse of riches. In the hidden interstices of the universe, there are powerful wavelengths of energy that respond to your commands. You will learn to motivate these hidden force fields with your mind. Nature uses this invisible power to create everything in the world through the magnetic attraction within the earth. This attraction produces a vast array of elements, such as food, lumber, coal, oil, gold, and silver, that man utilizes in his complex daily life. The law of capillary attraction within the soil itself causes some vast cosmic intelligence to command the acorn to attract from the soil all the elements it needs to become a giant oak tree. Although the original acorn weighs only 2 ounces, the oak tree that issues from the hidden, secret forces within the acorn may weigh 2 billion times more than the acorn. This chapter reveals the secret formula that enables you to command these hidden forces of the universe. Through this formula, you may attract every good and precious gift that God wants you to have. This secret power resides within your psychic mind centers. Where do you search for the secret formula that opens hidden doors to the universal treasures you desire? The power is inside you, within your own higher psychic mind centers. Just as the power is locked within the inner structure of the acorn, enabling it to become a giant oak tree, so too this mystical power is hidden within your own consciousness. Using this higher power lets you shape any destiny that you desire, attract any person you wish, and rise to any level of goal achievement that you set for yourself. Your command becomes the all-powerful open sesame of the ancient fable that unlocks secret doors to the hidden treasures of the universe. Just as you send an abbreviated message to someone through telegrams, you will now be able to send psychic messages with telecosmograms, or mental word pictures with telecosmographs. You can then command this higher cosmic intelligence to make manifest those things that you desire in life and in the most miraculous way. Use these telecosmograms to release prosperity magic. You are ready to use the 4 telecosmograms that will stir your higher psychic mind centers into creative action and bring you large sums of money or other things that you desire. Action is the first law of the universe, so we shall use 4 verbs of action as powerful telecosmograms to communicate your desires to your higher psychic mind centers. These are: I desire, I increase, I visualize, I claim. Make up your telecosmograms using these keywords to designate what you wish your higher psychic mind to manifest for you. Form telecosmographs to transmit pictures of the things you want. Flash the telecosmograms of what you desire to your higher mind. You can then communicate picture words or telecosmographs to this higher mind through mental images of those things. This could be a large sum of money, a new job, a business of your own, your true soulmate, or the dream home you desire. Sit quietly in meditation and review in your imagination the things that you desire for fulfillment of your life goals. When you know what it is you desire, use the first action words, I desire, to flash your telecosmographs to the cosmic mind, creator of all things in the universe. Read these statements aloud or silently until you make up your own. The following statements are examples of the things most people desire. Your own needs and desires may be different. I desire the sum of $50,000 to give me financial freedom from debts. I desire a home of my own with beautiful furnishings so I may have a solid foundation for raising my family and entertaining my friends. I desire a business of my own that will bring me an income of $50,000 or more a year. I desire work in my chosen profession and to make enough money to give my family and myself security. I desire beautiful clothes, jewelry, a car of my own, a color TV set, and everything else I need for my comfort, convenience, and welfare. Prosperity miracle number 26. He attracted a $2 million business. Sasha Brastoff attended classes in Los Angeles and learned this method of communicating his desires through telecosmograms to the cosmic mind. He was an artist whose desire was to bring beauty to the world through his art. He had learned ceramics and had created many beautiful patterns and designs, producing beautiful dinnerware and art objects for the home. Sasha projected the desire to have a large factory where he could turn out his ceramics at a cost everyone could afford. But this would take at least $1 million or more. He had complete faith that this money would come to him. He sat in meditation every day for 1 month and sent this telecosmogram to the cosmic mind. I wish to attract someone who can finance my factory, so I may give beauty to the world. Then he projected telecosmographs of people working in his factory, turning out the products he designed. He saw these objects in people's homes and visualized all the kinds of items he would create. Within a month's time, a friend of Sasha's in Beverly Hills visited him and said that he knew Winthrop Rockefeller. The friend offered to show several of Sasha's beautiful ceramics to the famous philanthropist. The result: Mr. Rockefeller put up the sum of $2 million to build a ceramics factory. To introduce Sasha's beautiful creations to the world, Mr. Rockefeller invited 2,000 people to the official opening of the ceramics factory and paid $30,000 for publicity and gifts for every person who attended. It was one of the most glamorous parties I have ever attended. When I witnessed the results of the miracle power of prosperity magic, I knew that it could work for any person who sincerely believed in it and used it for constructive purposes. How the I Increase telecosmogram can bring you riches. Now you are ready to project the second telecosmogram to your higher psychic mind. This is I Increase. Repeat the following positive programming statements at least 7 times. I increase my gifts and talents through study and the development of my inner potentials. I know that I was born to become a success, and I now increase my powers of concentration and projection, so that I can impress everyone who can help me achieve my life goals. I increase my money supply from my present limitations to an unlimited flow that shall come to me from many channels. I believe that I am worthy of the best life has to offer, and I now increase my expectations to include the best that the world has to offer. I increase my money awareness from small sums to large sums. I project the mental images of money to the cosmic mind that created all things, and ask that my life shall be blessed with riches and abundance. When you do this exercise, repeat the telecosmogram I Increase each morning and also each night to imprint it upon your higher psychic mind centers. Prosperity Miracle number 27. Dinah W. attracted $100,000 by using the I Increase telecosmogram. Using these powerful telecosmograms to increase your riches triggers something in the higher psychic mind that leads to the building of a fortune. Dinah W. had been left a widow at the age of 50. She had 3 grown children, a home that was heavily mortgaged, and no resources to draw upon. When her husband, Dan, was alive, he had dabbled in the stock market, and most of the time he lost money. All he had to show for his efforts at the time of his death was a stack of unsuccessful stock certificates. Dinah learned about the miracle of prosperity magic in our Los Angeles classes and heard me say that one must empty his or her consciousness of all old ideas of defeat and failure. She used the I Increase telecosmograms to ask for $100,000 or more to give her future security. Something prompted her to literally begin to empty out the old and prepare for the new. She went up into the attic to begin this process, and in an old trunk she found all the stock certificates that her husband had accumulated over the years. As she was throwing them out, she came across some gold certificates, stocks in some abandoned Canadian mine that her husband had bought long ago. These aroused her curiosity, so she laid them aside, planning on looking them over more carefully when she had finished. Later, Dinah checked with the broker and found that the abandoned gold mine had been opened up again, and that they had struck it rich. Now the stocks were worth more than $100,000. Use the telecosmogram I Visualize to focus creative power. Now you are ready to project the third telecosmogram, with its accompanying telecosmographs, or pictures, of what you desire. This is I visualize. I visualize myself as the center of a world that is richly endowed with every type of treasure. I visualize myself living in a beautiful home, surrounded by magnificent furnishings, enjoying my family life and my friends. I visualize myself having the money to travel in luxury all over the world. I see myself meeting important and interesting people who will enjoy my company and enrich my life. Prosperity Miracle number 28. How Barbara T. projected visual images for a new life. After Barbara T.'s husband was killed in an auto accident, she was left with 2 children to support and very little money. I was giving a series of lectures in New York City called the $1 Million Secret Seminar. She enrolled and told me her purpose in taking the course. I need money to take care of the children since they are only 10 and 12. She also told me in our interview, I don't know how I'll do it, but I want a beautiful home. I'd like to marry someone who would love my children and take care of them. And I'd like to live in the country, away from the dangerous life we now have in the city. Barbara learned how to project telecosmograms to her higher psychic mind centers. She began this process in April of that year, and by June she had amazing results. Barbara had an aunt and uncle who lived in Montana on a sheep ranch. They invited Barbara to come and live with them. They had never had children and welcomed Barbara and her 2 daughters. But I would die of loneliness on a sheep ranch. Barbara told me. No chance for me to ever meet an eligible man to marry, and what would happen to my children? However, before the summer was over, Barbara became so tired of the grind in New York that she told me she would accept her aunt's invitation. Barbara promised she would write and let me know what happened. By Christmas of that year, Barbara's letters changed from routine news to detailed descriptions of an exciting new life that had opened up for her and her daughters. 2 miles from her aunt's ranch lived a young man whose wife had died in childbirth the previous year. He was shattered and reckless at the time he happened to meet Barbara at Church Bazaar. While they danced and ate together, Barbara told him that her husband had also died and that she was left with 2 young girls to care for. The young man told Barbara he was planning to sell his ranch and move to the city where he thought he could meet people and have a new life. But now he suddenly changed plans and decided to remain on his ranch. Barbara was certain that he made this decision because he was interested in her. The young rancher began to see Barbara regularly, and by spring he proposed marriage. She wrote to tell me they would be married in June. My daughters love Phil as much as if he were their own father, and he seems eager to have a ready-made family. So we are going to be married and live here on the ranch. Whenever you want to invoke this telecosmogram, simply say the words, I visualize, 7 times and instantly all the telecosmographs you have pictured will be projected to the higher cosmic mind, starting the action to bring your desires into actual reality. You are now ready to claim the treasures of the universe. Use the 4th telecosmogram to demonstrate the riches that you desire. I claim. This telecosmogram will flash to your higher psychic mind, centers the powerful message that you are now actually laying claim to all of the world's treasures, and that you feel you are worthy of them. I claim all of the things that I desire here and now. I accept riches and abundance as being my natural heritage, for I know that God created the universe and all therein for me to use and enjoy. I now claim the treasures that are in art galleries and museums, for this accumulation of the world's greatest art is mine to enjoy and use. The libraries, with all their accumulated treasures of wisdom and knowledge, now belong to me, and I may share in the priceless heritage of the great thoughts of geniuses of all time. I claim all these treasures and more as mine to immediately use and enjoy. Whenever you want to stimulate your higher psychic mind centers with the idea of riches and abundance, repeat the telecosmogram I claim 7 times, and then pass the telecosmographs or word pictures of all the things you claim through your higher mind centers. These 4 telecosmograms and telecosmographs will condition your higher mind centers with the idea that you are already rich, making you enjoy the good things of life now, before you have $1 million. Prosperity Magic Guidelines in Chapter 10. 1. Learn how to tap the powerful wavelengths of energy hidden in the interstices of the universe and use them to command nature to grant you a harvest of riches and abundance. 2. Discover the same power that Ali Baba and the 40 thieves used to gain access to the treasures hidden in a cave. 3. Use the secret password of the telecosmograms to open the doors to the universal treasures and shower you with every precious gift in life. 4. Learn the 4 action telecosmograms: I desire, I increase, I visualize, and I claim, to bring you every known form of power and riches. 5. Use telecosmographs or mental picture writing to project sums of money from $1,000 to $1 million, your own business, a beautiful home, love, happiness, clothes, jewels, a car, and other treasures. 6. A student of this mystic knowledge attracted a fortune, amounting to $2 million using these telecosmograms and telecosmographs. 7. Learn how to use the I desire and I increase telecosmograms to instantly attune your higher psychic mind to infinite riches. 8. Dinah W. Used the I increase telecosmogram to bring her the sum of $100,000 after she had been left a widow. 9. Learn how the telecosmograms I visualize and I claim can direct your higher mind toward universal riches in every department of your life. 10. Barbara T. used the I visualize telecosmogram to project the image of a new life. She and her 2 children moved to a new life that brought them love and security. Pictures from bills that. 11. Learn how to mentally project a big money range from $1 to $100,000. 12. Instantly claim the treasures of the universe by using the I claim telecosmogram and grow rich beyond your wildest dreams.